Which parrots are the best yackers, squawkers, and talkers? Hi, I'm Kaylin, the author of The Parrot Bond, and this is Macy, my African Cape. Now, I'm going to tell you that Macy is one of my best parrots. I have a friend who watches some of my videos and saw a video on Macy in which I said that African Capes are so easy to live with. And she said, you know what? I agree. They really are easy to live with. Why? Because they aren't loud and squawky. They live and let live, meaning that Macy doesn't go around picking fights. And unless someone kind of comes on her turf and messes with her area, also, at which point she just shoos them off, she just doesn't cause problems. She doesn't get in fights. She's a good eater. She has a great temperament. She has a very mellow temperament so that she doesn't freak out easily at things. She's just a great person. No, she's not human, but she does have a personality. Parrots have personalities. It's amazing. Even my mom's like, you know what? Every one of your parrots has its own personalities. I'm like, yeah, they do. They really do. From my little parrotlets, who, don't be fooled, they have big personalities, all the way to my big macaws. They have big personalities as well. So who squawks and who talks and who doesn't? Most parrots are going to be noisy, but what everyone's always after is the ones that talk. Let me tell you something about the ones that talk. It's phenomenal and it's annoying. Yes, it's both. So your best talkers are going to be your African Greys. African Capes, like Macy, do talk some, and every now and then we turn around and we go, what did she say? She says hi. She says sometimes things like, how are you? They do pick things up. And I don't sit and train, so I'm not, my goal isn't to get them to talk. But they do pick up things, and we spend a lot of time with them, so it only makes sense that they would pick up words. But your African Gray parrots, who are famous for talking, they're the ones who are going to pick up a pretty good vocabulary and sound the most like a person. When it comes to your cockatoos, the big cockatoos, and your Amazons, they are going to sing. I'm not sure if cockatoos do. I think that they might, but you're going to have some Amazon species that sing, and there are, I know, at least 17 species of Amazons, but I think there might be more than 30. I got to figure that one out. And they're going to be pretty good talkers, and they really, these are species that like to engage. So the talking is exciting and fun, but it can also be annoying because they sometimes don't stop. And when my Hans macaw goes, hi, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? A little while later, you're like, okay. One of the things that I most say is, we already had this conversation. I'm surprised they don't say that. But those are some of your best talkers. Conures are also known for talking, but they're not going to be able to use more of a human voice. That's going to be closer to your Amazons and cockatoos, and certainly the African Greys. When it comes to some other birds like Quakers and Conures, they're going to talk in a birdie voice. Same with budgies, who are known as parakeets, although parakeet really means a bird with a long tail, a citizen or parrot with a long tail. So the accurate word for a parakeet is really a budgie. The budgies can be good talkers too, and they're going to use that little squeaky budgie voice. Parrotlets can become talkers. A lot of whether or not your parrot talks comes down to three things. Number one, do they want to? Some just aren't going to. They all have their own individual personalities. Number two, how much, well, I'm going to say their species. And number three, how much you talk to them. Because even parrots that pick up words, when the words aren't reviewed, they can lose it from their repertoire. I heard once, and I agree, that you'll find that the parrots during the day, they sort of rehearse their words. And I do. I hear my Amazon going, hello, Ursulus, and saying all sorts of little things, some of which I can understand and some of which I can't. But Therefore, that means that if you want your parrot to talk, you want to do two things. Talk a lot to them and spend a lot of time talking to them. So that's a wrap on the squawking. A lot of parrots will squawk, not all of them. There are some parrots, like my Cape Macy here, who aren't really loud. They will talk, but they're just not squawkers, thank goodness, and that makes them very easy to live with. If you're getting yourself a parrot, make sure to research. Find something that matches your personality, that matches the size of your home, which means the ability to absorb sound, and something that fits your size and something that you can really work with, because parrots do have these hook bills that talk and bite. They don't always talk and they don't always bite. Sometimes they just beak. But you have to be really prepared, so make sure to research. Because talking is an amazing and really fun thing. When my yellow-necked Amazon tells me she wants some, because she wants some of whatever I'm eating, it's really neat. She's able to tell me what she wants. That's a really neat thing. But when she bites somebody, because she's really a one-person parrot, which a lot of parrots are, that's not so nice, because someone comes over and they get bitten. It's just not a nice thing. So instead, when someone comes over, I have to go, and stay away from my vampire, who I call a Demogorgon, because when she's biting, she's like a Demogorgon. So make sure to research. With over 350 species, there is the right parrot for you. Thanks for watching Macy and I squawk at you. Please be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions about parrots, please comment below or join our Facebook group at Parrot Bliss Flock, and we will catch you next time.